Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Ash Srivastav. Today, I just wanted to talk about what is possible in a democracy and what is not possible. Some sort of expectation that is whether it is reasonable or unreasonable. So, a lot of friends have been talking about what is happening with the lockdowns and COVID situation that is going on for nearly 2 years. And there are arguments on both sides. Sometimes good arguments, sometimes bad arguments. But we have been hearing about this very controversial thing, which shouldn't be controversial, but it depends on who you really talk to. One of the things that often comes to mind is what kind of a number we are looking at, or optimally looking for this pandemic to have some sort of like under reasonable control. I don't know what is the exact percentage of people who have been vaccinated in the United States. My gut feeling is, and I could be wrong, is maybe 10-15% or maybe more lower than the one that is officially cited in the statistics. And the reason behind that is it counts the number of people who have been vaccinated, but there is always some sort of flaw in the data. I know a lot of people who are not US citizens, permanent residents. Actually, they do not appear in a lot of government records. Undocumented immigrants or people who are just here who don't have all sort of desire or willingness to show who they are, and a lot of people have gotten vaccine. So the number of people who have gotten vaccine, that might be true. The percentage of people who got the vaccine, they may not be true. So 50%, 60%, 70%, I don't know. But again, what we all know is it's not 100%. And that's where the real big debate really comes. Is it even possible to get anything at 100% in a democracy? The US is a democracy, flawed democracy, you can argue, but it's just not possible. Maybe it is possible in some dictatorship or communist countries, but not possible in a democracy. And that is the very nature of democracy, that you may like or dislike, but a lot of things happen or do not happen according to your wishes. And there is just nothing you can do about it. So that is where the reasonableness really comes. What is reasonable? When 60% of the people vote for president, is it reasonable? Or do you want 100% of people to show up and vote, and only that election will be legitimate? Well, it's all about election. It doesn't matter how many people really show up. You can try to give a lot of free stuff to a lot of people, but I can guarantee you will find a lot of people in this country who will not take even free stuff because they just don't want to. Again, the number 100%, it is not going to be true in almost any case. It's just not going to happen in any democracy. So because US is a big democracy, that number is impossible to achieve. And that brings to reasonableness again. Why you should not target for 100% vaccination, because it's impossible. So if you set a goal that is impossible to achieve, it will drive frustration, unnecessary arguments, and frankly a lot of distraction. So maybe set a number that is 50, 60, 70%, 80%, I don't know, whatever it is, but build a consensus on something and just target for that number. And once that number is achieved, declare yourself a victory. If you are a politician, you would usually want to claim victory in everything. So just claim the damn victory and then just say, hey, you know what? I achieved the goal. This thing is over, and let's move on. So the number under 100% is very important. So in any democracy, 100% is not achievable. So that number should not be there. And I really hope that people listen to this, but it's like, we live in such a polarized environment where everything is division and politics. So Um, Reasonable arguments are gone now. Everyone is driven by their own arguments and what they see in their friends circle or the algorithms that make them see in social media. So that's where the biggest challenge is. But big problems in this world are not going to be solved with polarization. It really requires people to make some tough decisions and look for some reasonable numbers, look for some reasonable actions, and that doesn't come with just fight or like 2 minutes of social media fame and gotcha type of moments. So I don't think that is the right way. The only right way is look for a targeted number, a reasonable number, a number that could be achievable, and just live with it. The world is not perfect. It will not be perfect in our lifetime, and maybe the generations that will come after us will be complaining the same thing, that hey, you know what, the world is not perfect. There was never a time when anyone could claim the world was perfect. There is never probably going to be a time when the world will be perfect, but all we can do is just try to act on information or the options that is available to us, and that's all we can do. 100% of anything is not achievable in a democracy. So that number, if anyone is targeting, they are just living in an illusion, because that's not going to happen for anything. Forget about just vaccine. This is not going to happen for anything. 100% education, 100% environmental championship, 100% consensus, and anything is not going to happen. And it's not going to happen. Just learn to appreciate, because that's what democracy is for. Okay? Thank you.